Hello, good evening to everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hajira, where is Svea? She's not
She'll
joined the
come,
class.
ma'am. She'll come, ma'am. She said she'll come.
Is it? And only five students today. Why? Even after informing you prior 2 hours, 3 hours before. Akmal was not there yesterday. Why? We started with cash flow yesterday, Akmal. Another 2 minutes I'll wait, then I'll start the class. Okay, who all were there for yesterday's class? In yesterday's class? Nurul Huda, you were there? What about Atifa? Who's
Who's
Atifa?
Atifa? Ma'am, I was not there.
Why? Okay. I think
I
this
think
is your first class, Atifa.
Atifa? Ma'am, it's me, Hajira only. I just changed my email ID. It was not working.
Oh,
Oh.
okay, okay. What about Aisha? You were there yesterday? Aisha, Sumaya.
I was there, ma'am.
Okay, who were not there in the class yesterday except Akmal? Who else were not there yesterday? Sumaya, you were there?
Yes, ma'am.
Aisha Sabah? I think Aisha Sabah also was there yesterday, if I remember. I don't know. Arfat? Okay. Anyway, people are not answering. Let me just share the screen with you all. Is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So yesterday I started with a new chapter, cash flow statement. So in under the cash flow statement, we have two formats, but both are same format. Okay. So this is given in the brief. This is in the theoretical format. Okay, which is also important because we work problems based on this method also. That is pro forma of cash flow statement, and we do also have the other format over here. This is the second format. This is a direct format, direct cash flow statement, and this is called as the second part or the second way or second format for doing the calculation of cash flow statement is called as indirect method of cash flow statement. Okay, so here under this you have net profit. Over here also, see in the first format, you should also take the net profit before tax and extraordinary items related to profit only. Okay, then after that, what are you supposed to take? Adjusted for. So what all comes under after profit? Depreciation income, interest income, dividend income, interest expenses, foreign exchange loss, then operating profit before working capital changes. Then comes adjusted for changes in the current assets and current liabilities. Then cash generated for the use in the operation before tax. Then comes income tax paid, cash flow before extraordinary items, extraordinary items. Then comes net cash flow or used in operating activities. Then we do also have cash flow from investing activities. We have purchases of fixed assets, proceeds from sale of fixed assets, interest and dividend received, net cash from or used in investing activities. Then under the heading of cash flow from financing activities, we have proceeds from issue of shares of debentures, proceeds from long-term borrowings. Then we have repayment of long-term borrowings. Then we have interest paid, dividend paid, then net cash from or used in the financing activities. Then at the end, we have net increase or decreases in the cash or cash equivalents. Okay. So this is the first format. We should be very careful with all these items. Only these items will be considered when you're doing the cash flow statement method. Okay. Then next we have the indirect method. So basically what happens is we end up doing this format problem also. We also consider even this. When the information based on these items is given, so we are going to use this kind of format. Okay. In case if the items are not given, then we are going to use the alternative format, but both are same, no changes, both are same. The only the criteria is in this is the lengthy one which is given in the details, and this is a short way of doing it. Okay, so it's a very simple this thing here, chapter. The thing is you have to be very careful with the format. Okay, format is very very necessary to work out the solution. So yesterday I did 5.1, 5.2 is also over. Okay, so I just wanted you to revise this format again. That's the reason I just read out the items under this. Okay, so then next we have so what about this, sir? 5.2, did you all work out? Did you all understand 5.2 illustration?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you don't have any doubts. What about 5.3? 5.3 I did yesterday here in the class, online class. Then which one did I give? 5.1 I think I gave as assignment, isn't it?
Ma'am, you should start with 5.1.
5.1 only I should start, is it? Okay,
Yes,
fine.
ma'am.
Chalo. Let me start with the 5.1 now. See, the question is given to us from the following: calculate the cash from operation. Cash from operation or cash, what is that? Cash flow statement, it is the same. Don't get confused. Funds from operation is different, fund flow statement is different. No, here it is the same thing. It is the cash flow statement or cash flow statement is the same. So they have given to us the towards the liabilities we have, or I think they have not given in the form of liabilities and assets. They have given to us in the form of profit and loss account. So that's why, okay, when they give you the information based on profit and loss account, this becomes cash from operation. If it is given in the form of liabilities and assets, it becomes cash flow statement. Okay, so that's the reason they have taken cash from operations. So what are you supposed to take? The first one, just check out the profit first. So profit they have given to us is 10,000. So net profit is 10,000. Apart from that, what else to be taken? Because here liabilities and assets are absent. So obviously, which format are you going to refer? You are going to refer this. See here. See here. Now increases, now liabilities and assets is taken at the last, after the net profit after adjustment for non-cash items. After that, you're going to take the current assets and liabilities, but however the current assets and liabilities is not given, so we are going to take the first 2 points. That is, after the net profit we are going to add non-cash and non-operating expenses. Then if we have anything in the deductions, then that will become non-cash and non-operating incomes. Okay, operating expenses should be added, income should be deducted. Okay, so same way here under this, yes, we have take down the non-cash items. The things which are deducted should be added, isn't it? The things which have the deduction to value, that should be added. So depreciation comes, goodwill written off. Here only 1 year's information is given. So depreciation is 2,000. Goodwill written off is 4,000. Then proposed dividend, yes, it is also a part of your non-cash item. Proposed dividend is 5,000. Then provision for tax, yes, we are going to take provision for tax as well. So provision for tax is 5,000. Then we have loss, because it is expenses now, operating expenses, so it should be added. So loss on sale of profit is loss on sale of plant. Okay, so where is the loss? See here, towards the debit column we have to loss on sale of plant is 1,000. So add everything along with the profit, that is a balance, previous balance 10,000. 10,000 plus 2,000 plus 4,000 plus 5 plus 5 plus 1 is 17,000. So keep it separately. So this how much you've got? You've got 17,000. Adding along with the 10,000 profit, you're going to get the remaining balance as 21,000. Okay, so now next is non-operating incomes. Incomes are nothing but through which you are getting the amount, or through which you're gaining the amount, so that should be deducted. Okay, so less non-operating incomes heading. Under this you can write down profit on sale of land, that is 5,000. Then by income tax refund, so these are all funds, these are all money which is coming to you, so that's called as operating incomes. Okay, so profit on sale of land is 5,000. By income tax refund is 5,000 and 3,000. So only two items are there. add this one, you're getting the amount total is 8,000. From the previous balance, that is 27,000, deduct the 8,000. Therefore, your cash from operation is 19,000. That's all. Okay, this kind of question can come for your 6 markers. So this is for your 6 marker question. All right. Understood this one?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So next we have the next one, 5.2. Okay, so 5.2, let's start. Even this is a 6 marker question here. See, now the information here they have given, you are supposed to calculate cash flow from operation. Okay, it is the same itself, but only the criteria will change. In the previous, they had given profit and loss account, but here you have liabilities and assets. Okay, so see, from the following information is available from the books of Standard Company Limited. We have 2014. See, they have given current years first, then the base year they have given 2013. So this also we should be very careful with the dates. Sometimes they twist and give you. Okay, but always we should refer which one. We should always refer the current years with the base year's information, increases and decreases. Okay, so what are we supposed to calculate? We are supposed to calculate the cash flow from the operations, wherein they have given us the profit only for the current year they have given. Okay, then we have income received in advance. Then we have income received in advance. Then prepaid expenses we have. Then we have debtors. Then we have bills receivables. Then creditors, bills payables, outstanding expenses, then accrued incomes. Okay. So now draw the column, a calculation of cash flow statement or cash flow from the operations. Start off with your profits. So profit made during the year is only one profit is given, that is the current year's. And obviously we need current year's profit for the proceeding. So you're going to take 2,50,000. Okay. Then along with that, along with the profit, what are we supposed to add? See, add, you can just write down. You can just write down when you're doing this solution in your notes. Just write down, add non-cash operating expenses. Okay, non-cash operating expenses and non-cash operating incomes. But however, see in this question, we are not taking the profit and loss adjustments here. Like example, like depreciation, written off, those things and all are not there for us. So here, what are we going to do? We are going to do this method here. See, I'll show you the format. And now from this format, this is excluded. Which one is excluded? This addition and minus is excluded. Which one is excluded? Non-cash and non-operating expenses is not there. Non-cash and non-operating incomes is also not there. So these two items are not there. But still, if you want, you can just write and you can just put it as nil also. Okay, you can just write add non-cash incomes nil, minus non-cash incomes is nil. So whatever the remaining balance profit, that itself will be called as the, therefore, cash or profit, net profit before income tax, before tax or before incomes. You can just write it like that. Otherwise, you can just start off. What is the next thing you're supposed to do? Because here liabilities and assets is there. So obviously we have to use this. Okay, we have to use this criteria. Now what all should be added? The thing should be added is increases in the current liabilities and decreases in the current assets. Then what should be deducted? Increases in the current assets and decreases in the current liability. Then if you have income tax, that also should be deducted, and cash, if it is provided, that also we should consider. Okay, so in this question we don't have any operating expenses or incomes, so that's the reason we have not taken that. We are directly going to consider the assets and liabilities. So add. Now under addition, we have to take decreases in the assets and increases in the liabilities. So under liability, what do you have? The first one, see, you have creditors and bills payable. But consider the current years. Now creditors, how much it is? 45,000 in the, what is that, in the current year, 45,000, and the base year it is 40,000. So this becomes easy for you here. Okay, if they give you dates like this, it becomes very easy for you, because anyhow we have to refer the current years with the base years, isn't it? So therefore there is an increase in the creditors. Why? Because 45,000 under 2014 and 40,000 under 2013. So take the differences. We are supposed to take the differences. 45,000 creditors, 45,000 minus 40,000 is 5,000. So creditors they have taken here, CL. Increases in the creditors, 5,000 is a difference. Okay, then next, what else is there under creditors? Under creditors, see, we have bills payable. Now bills payable is increasing, see here. So this will not come under here. 2014 का 13 है, 2013 का 15 है. So here we are not going to consider, but we are going to consider under the deductions. Okay. So we are going to consider under the deductions, but we'll do that later. First, let's take what should be added. Okay. Then next we have outstanding expenses. Outstanding expenses are also part of your current liability. Okay. So see, you have 2,500 under 2014 and 2,000 in 2013. So of course it is increasing in the current year, isn't it? 2,500 minus 2,000 is 500. So this 500 you take it as increases in the outstanding expenses. Then next, what is it? We are supposed to take decreases in the current assets. So which are your current assets here? Your current assets here are debtors and bills receivables. Okay. Debtors, bills receivables. Then prepaid expenses are also your this thing. What is it? Current asset. And accrued income. Accrued income is also your assets, and income received in advance. Even this is considered income received in advance is current liability, because incomes received. Yes, see here also they have taken under current liabilities. However, they have given to you specifically what comes under CL and what comes under CA. Okay, so anyhow, we have only 3 items under addition. That is, one item decreases in the debtors, then increases in the current creditors, and outstanding expenses we have taken. So add all the 3. 15,000 plus 5,000 plus 500 is 20,500. This 20,500 along with the profit you add, because previous we had profit. So after adding, your total amount is 2,70,500. Now from this you do the deductions. So how do you do the deductions here? So now under this deductions, what are you supposed to take? Increases in the assets and decreases in the current liability now. So what do we have? Income received in advance. This is a current liability. So therefore, yes, it is a decreases in the current liability. See here, in the current year, and increases in the base year. So 100 will be the difference. Same way, increases in the prepaid expenses. Now prepaid expenses is your this thing. What is that? It is your current asset, prepaid expenses. So obviously it is increasing here. 1,600 minus 1,400 is 200 is a difference. Next, bills receivables. Yes, under bills receivables also, it is bills receivables is an asset. So here we have to take increases in the current assets. So 25,000 minus 20,000 is 5,000. So bills receivables is 5,000. Then next we have bills payable. Now bills payable is a current liability. So under bills payable, of course, we have to take decreases in the current liability, isn't it? So 13 minus 15,000 is 2,000. Then last, accrued income. Accrued income is a current asset. So difference, as of course it is increasing. 1,500 minus 1,200 is 300. So the difference is 300. So now whatever you have taken under the less, that is the deductions, take down all the amounts. 100 plus 200 plus 5,000 plus 2,000 plus 300 is, you will get some amount. 7,600 you're going to get. This 7,600 you have to deduct it from the previous balance, because you have added the profit and added all the decreases in current assets and increases in the current liabilities. Along with that, you have to deduct the decreases in the current liability and increases in the current assets. So after which you have got 7,600. With the previous balance, you just deduct it. Then your cash from operations will be 2,62,900. Okay, done with this? Understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me take this problem now. What about others? Where is Akmal? Akmal, Sumaya, then who else is there? Are you all understanding this? Hajira, both the Hajiras.
Yes, ma'am.
Huda.
Yes, ma'am.
Because after the classes now, you people have to work out these problems. Otherwise you will not be able to work out the sums. Only if you want to study direct in the exams, it will not be helpful. At least some 2 to 3 sums, some 6 marker one question and 14 marker one question. I want you people to practice in your notes. Practice or rough note, you just practice and keep it, so it will be helpful for you people. Okay. Then next I'll start with the next thing. Screen is visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me start with 5.3. So calculate cash from operations. Again, cash from operations from the following, where the profit made during the year is 2,50,000 after considering the following items. So here you have depreciation on fixed assets, amortization of goodwill. Amortization is, goodwill written off. It is the same thing. Then next transfer to general reserve. Then we have profit on sale of land. Then the following is a position of current assets and current liabilities. See now here both they have given. They have given you both profit and loss adjustments also, and under the current assets and current liabilities also they have given, but only one current asset and one current liability only they have given. Debtors mein what is happening? See 2014 current year, 2013 previous year. So increases in the current assets and decreases in the current liabilities one they have given. Okay, so it's a simple question here. So let's start with the solution. Take down the profit first. What is the profit? Net profit for the year is 2,50,000. Now that we have something like depreciation, goodwill, then we have general reserves and all. So understand that we are supposed to divide this in the form of non-operating expenses and non-operating incomes. Okay, let me show you the format for your better understanding. See here. We are supposed to take this also now. After the net profit, we are what are you supposed to add with this? You're supposed to add non-cash and non-operating expenses and deduct the non-cash and non-operating incomes. And after that only, you are supposed to consider the assets and liabilities. Okay. So it's a very important and very good adjustment here. So let's take the net profit for the year 2,50,000. Now add non-cash charges. What are your non-cash charges? The things which has deductions should be added, isn't it? Operating expenses. So depreciation, goodwill, and reserve. Only three items should be deducted. Okay, see depreciation, goodwill, and reserves. Because profit on sale it becomes a income for you, isn't it? So take all the three, add it. 10,000 plus 5,000 plus 7,000 is 22,000. Now previously what did you have? You had the profit. So you're going to add with the previous balance. 2,50,000 plus 22,000 is 2,72,000. Okay. Now what are you supposed to add? Sorry, deduct. Deductions, under deductions, write on the heading. Always you should write the headings. Okay. Because it's simple solutions. So you have to mention always the headings. Non-operating incomes, under that you have only one. Profit on sale of land, isn't it? So directly they have taken added here only. They have not taken under the first column. Directly the final column only they have taken the amount. That is 3,000. So 2,72,000. Obviously you have to deduct 3,000. That is profit on sale of land incomes, isn't it? Operating income. So minus karne se you're going to get 2,69,000. So now this is the profit from operating operations. That is all the activities whatever they have taken. Okay, expenses and income. So this is the outstanding profit. Now they have also told you that we have the assets and liabilities. They have also given the assets and current liabilities. So now we have to divide this. So what are we supposed to do? After the profit you have received, add again addition. What should be added? Decreases in the current assets. Okay, decreases in the current assets. So what is there in decreases? Okay, once again they have taken this thing also, no? Okay, I think bills receivables and prepaid expenses. I think there is some actually ये दो है ना, they have missed out. Printing error है, that is not mentioned in the question. Bills receivables 22,000 है, prepaid expenses 2,000 है. See in this question it is not given. Yeah, it is missing I believe. Okay, so you do one thing, you add next one. Next you have had here after the debtors and creditors. You can take it as oh, one second, I'm getting a call. Okay. Screen is visible. Screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So what you do is this bills receivable and prepaid expenses नहीं देकर है उन्होंने, ठीक है. डिक्रीजेस इन दी करंट एसेट्स देकर है, तो तुम्हें क्या करो? डिक्रीजेस बोले तो करंट एसेट का तुम्हें 10,000 लो, लिखो वहां पे 2014 में बिल्स रिसीवेबल्स 10,000, ठीक है. 2013 में 8,000 लो बिल्स रिसीवेबल्स. समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, ma'am.
यहाँ पे प्रिंटिंग एरर हो गए, नहीं लिखो है. फिर तुम्हें क्या करो? प्रीपेड एक्सपेंसेस लो. प्रीपेड एक्सपेंसेस में क्या क्या करो? करंट 2014 का 10,000 लो, 2013 का 2,000 लो. ओके, सो 10,000 माइनस 2,000. ओके 2,000 आकर है. सुनिए, आई एम सो सॉरी, आई थॉट 8,000 है बोल के. 2000 आ रहा सोनी, हाँ तो कितना ले रही तुम्हें 4000 एंड 6000 ले लियो, जो तुम्हें 10,000 लेकर ही ना करंट ईयर में 2014 का। सो बिल्स रिसीवेबल 4000 माइनस 6000 लो। सेम थिंग फॉर प्रीपेड एक्सपेंसेस ऑल्सो, क्या करो 4000 माइनस 6000 लो, बिकॉज डिक्रीज है ना करंट ईयर का, देर इज अ डिक्रीज इन द अमाउंट। I'm telling you because there is a printing error they have not considered here. Even I did not observe this. Okay, so taken na. So now 4000 minus 6000 is 2000 bills receivables. Prepaid expenses also 4000 minus 6000 is 2000. Okay, समझ में आया ये?
Yes, ma'am.
फिर नेक्स्ट क्या करो, ये दोनों का ऐड करो, you're going to get 4000. Now what is the profit you got before? 2,69,000 आया, ये 2,69,000 में ऐड कर लो ये 4000, so your total amount will be 2,73,000. ठीक है, अब इसके साथ तुम्हें माइनस करना, क्या माइनस करना है, whether there is an increase in the current assets or decreases in the current liabilities. So under this they have given you two items. What two items? Debtors and creditors. See, separately they have given to us. But bills receivables and prepaid expenses, they had a printing error, they did not they have not given us here, so that's the reason we had to take it extra. So now यहाँ पे इसमें दोनों का भी क्या हो रहा है, एक का जो है डेटर्स का जो है इंक्रीज हो रहा है अमाउंट, दैट इज 15,000 and 12,000. So that's the reason we are going to take it in the deduction column, that is increases in the current assets is debtors. What is the amount? 15,000 minus 12,000 is 3,000. Okay, then next we have under current liability we have creditors. So again there is a decrease here, see decreases in the current liability, so it is 10,000 minus 5,000 is 5,000. So this 5,000 should be taken here, that is decreases in the current liability. Under that you write it as creditors, mention it as 5,000. So ये दोनों का add करो, take the amount in the outer column, deduct from the previous balance. So 2,73,000 minus 8,000 is the remaining cash from operation or cash flow statement, anything you can term that, and mention it as 2,65,000. That's all. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So इसका एडजस्टमेंट थोड़ा एक और बार रिपीट करती हूँ मैं, ये बिल्स रिसीवेबल्स और प्रीपेड एक्सपेंसेस का देकर नहीं है क्वेश्चन में, सो दैट्स द रीजन आई टोल्ड यू. Under 2014 take the amount as 4,000, 2013 take it as 6,000. Bills receivables, prepaid expenses में again same thing, current year 2014 में 4,000 लो and 2013 में 6,000. So the difference we have taken as 2,000 over here. That's all. Okay, so now have you all understood the basics? 6 marker का अभी जितने भी किए, those are all 6 markers का. Taking the non-operating in expenses, considering non-operating incomes, then उसके बाद क्या आता है, you will have differences in the current and liabilities, current assets and current liabilities. That's all. This entire chapter is based on only these two parts, that is expenses, incomes, then differences between the assets and liabilities. Then the calculator at the end, the thing has to tally. Your actually sum has to tally for 14 marker. Okay, I'll tell you how it tallies when they give you the cash. Cash should be given in the question to tally your sum. Okay, so can I start with the additional problems, that is 14 marker? Understood with
Yes,
the 6
ma'am.
marker? Okay,
Yes,
14
ma'am.
mark का देखो, 14 marks में 5.4, very important question this is. Okay, let me just read out the question. I'm going to continue the class. I think up to 8:45 I'll continue. Is it fine for you people?
Yes, ma'am.
At least like 5-6 problems तो आज करा देना. Then tomorrow day after I'll just do 2 problems. I think हो जाता है. I want to wind up before Tuesday or Wednesday. Mostly Wednesday तक I'll wind up. Okay, होता भी नहीं, prolong नहीं होता. हो जाता है देखेंगे इंशाल्लाह. I'll try to wind up. Anyway, we'll start with the 14 marker. The balance sheet, because if I teach you 1 or 2 problems under balance, this thing, 14 marker, remaining you people can do it. All the problems are easy only. One I'll teach you with this and one with the ledger accounts. Okay. But all are important only. Anyway, let's start. The balance sheets of VXL Limited as at December 31st of the 2 years are given below. See, they have given the assets for you 2014 and 2013, current year and the base year they have given. Assets may you have cash balances, very, very important. This is cash balances 60 under the current year, 50,000 in the base year. Then we have trade debtors 1,75,000. Inventory is nothing but stock 1,20,000, 1,40,000. So land we have 80,000, 1 lakh. Plant and machinery 2,50,000 and 2 lakh. Then total of the total assets is 6,10,000 and 5,65,000. Whereas liabilities and capital they have given to us, trade creditors, then debentures, then provision for depreciation on plant. Okay, so plant and machinery account be there and provision for depreciation on plant is also given. Then we have equity share capital, retained earnings. Then total of this also is the same, current liability and current assets both tally. Then what is the last thing they have given? Cash dividends of 25,000 have been paid during the year. This is the additional adjustment. Cash dividends. Okay, dividends are nothing but again the profit. So the profit is provided in the form of cash. How much extra? That is 25,000 have been paid during the year, which is nothing but this thing here. What is it? We have to take the profit. Okay, so that is a profit. 1 second. Somebody wants to join the class. Okay, so next what do we have here is see now how do you start off the solution. Okay, so when the profit yahan pe they have not specified to you. Okay, when such questions gives you, when the question is given to you like where the profit is not specified, usually what are we supposed to do? Okay, so here see they have given us, we have to take like this: cash flow from the operating activities. See, net profit during the year. Okay, net profit during the year is this one. This 25,000 plus they have taken this one. ये वाला जो, where is it? Actually ना इसमें क्या है? इसमें भी थोड़ा बहुत missing factor है, ठीक है? In which they had not given here 35,000 का देकर नहीं है. Okay, but you have to take one more. 1 second, wait. Profit during the year. See, they have given working note here. Profit during the year is dividend paid plus increases in the retained earnings. Okay, so which are your retained earnings? Plus increases in the retained earnings. So you have to take this debtors. Okay, so see, I want you to carry the pencil with you people and write down here. Okay, so cash dividend, how are you going to take the profits here? 25,000 ले लो यहाँ पे. Okay, see profit यहाँ पे 25,000 लेना है. Along with this इसके साथ इन्होंने क्या किया है? They have sorry, how much is this? 25,000 ना? Okay. Retained earnings is your retained earnings. Retained earnings okay, तुम्हारे 25,000 plus dividend paid they've already taken, no? Okay. They have taken 60,000. Okay, see, you have two options here. Either you can directly take this 25,000 or you can directly take this cash balance. This cash balance itself will be called as your profit. What do you mean by cash balances? It's nothing but your profit itself. It is a balance which is left with you, which is there with you for a longer period of time. And that profit for the current years only you can consider 60,000. Okay. Otherwise, they have told you here, you can take the profit during the year by taking dividend plus increase in the retained earnings. Increases in the retained earnings means it can be your debtors and it can be your stock. Okay, those are your earnings here. So earnings में क्या क्या आ रहा है देखो यहाँ पे differences. One thing is you can take debtors. See here, debtors 1 lakh minus 75,000 is 25,000 plus you can also take stock because stock also जब clearance होता तो obviously how much you're going to clear the stock, isn't it? With the help of you're going to sell the stock. So what will be the remaining amount for that? I think debtors and creditors लेना है. I'm a little bit confused here. 1 minute. Retained earnings, it cannot be stock. I think retained earnings can be your debtors and creditors. What are your retained earnings? So this is a bit confusion here. Okay. Anyway, what you people do is, if don't break your head with that. In case it's a simple solution for you, whenever the profit is not given to you in the question, write down there in the pencil there. Whenever the profit amount is not given to you in the question, always consider this thing. Okay, retained earnings. Oh, okay, one more thing, one option also I've got here. See, you can take the cash balance 60,000. You can directly take when the profit is not given, and only when the cash is provided to you, take it as 60,000. Okay, and one more thing is they have told you that profit during the year, dividend is paid plus increase in the retained earnings. So now see, retained earnings they have given to you separate information here. Retained earnings is how much? 1,60,000 and 1,25,000. So in दोनों का minus करने से you will get 35,000. Okay, so now profit can be taken. The second alternative is you can take the cash dividend 25,000 plus add your retained earnings. So because retained earnings is also a part of your profit. ओके या तो तुम्हें ये दो ऑप्शन से कर सकते हैं, या तो फिर अगर ये रिटेन अर्निंग्स नहीं देकर है, ओनली कैश इज गिवन, कैश डिविडेंड इज गिवन, and even the cash dividend if it is not given, only cash balances are given, so always start your profit with 60,000. So you can write down the note there, write a note there and tell when the profit is not provided in the question, cash balances can be referred as profit. That is one thing, one solution. In case if the profit is not provided but cash balances is provided, and at the same time some adjustment on dividend and earnings is provided, we have to consider earnings and the dividends. Earnings is also a profit and dividends is also a profit. So the difference is 1,60,000 minus 1,25,000 is 35,000. 35,000 plus cash dividend is 25,000. So therefore your profit is 60,000. 25,000 plus 35,000 is 60,000. So how you got this 35,000? You can write down 1,60,000 minus 1,25,000. Clear with this? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you add. What are you supposed? Because now they have given to you even this thing. Have they given to you the debentures or anything? Debentures nahi. Depreciation. Yeah, depreciation on plant देकर है. तो obviously we should take the operating expenses, उसके बाद incomes, उसके बाद we have to take the liabilities and assets. ठीक है, तो now देकर नहीं लेकर है, यहाँ पे लेकर है. देखो यहाँ पे ना क्या करिए, उल्टा सीधा कर डाली. ओके, एक्चुअली हमें यूजुअली क्या करते थे, ये फर्स्ट लेते थे, कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटीज. ये पूरा ऐड करके लीन सो okay, no problem. Okay, you can also, that's what they have given, they can do any way, alternative way भी मैं कर सकती हूँ बोल के they have given. It is not like you have to follow up the format, but I tell you follow the format, no problem. Even this will be added only. Okay, ये जो भी रहते हैं नहीं, देखो cash flow from investing activities and cash flow from financing activities. Actually ये वाला जो है ना, financing activities are operating activities, investing activities are nothing but incomes, operating incomes these are. Because here sale of land, then purchases from plant and machinery. Okay, so these are all investing and financing. So you do one thing, however this problem they have done, follow up like this itself. Okay, however you do, even if you take these two items in the beginning also, you will get the same thing, no issues. Okay, so anyway they have done in the form of like this, net profit during the cash. You know why they have done like this? Because profit यहाँ पे ठीक से नहीं लेकर है. So profit का जो है, दो ऑप्शंस दे दी हैं, या तो तुम्हें कैश बैलेंस लेना है, या तो तुम्हें कैश डिविडेंड्स, या फिर रिटेन अर्निंग्स. So that's the reason out of the profit they have taken the first this thing, assets and liabilities. No problem, you can add depreciation here first. So depreciation कितना है? 80,000 and 60,000. What is the depreciation on 80,000 and 60? That is provision for depreciation on plant. Because why they have taken is depreciation on plant, it is the asset. What is it happening here? It is increases in the current asset. Okay, provision है ना. Okay, provision is different and plant and machinery is different here. So plant and machinery में क्या हो रहा है? It is again increasing 2,50,000 and 2 lakh. So plant and machinery they have taken here deductions में लेकर हैं, debtors में. अच्छा, plant and machinery. Okay, but plant and machinery is not your current asset. one thing you have to remember, that plant and machinery is not your current asset. Your current assets are only your debtors, bills, receivables, stock. Okay, so plant and machinery we are not going to consider, but instead they are going to take provision for depreciation, and provision for depreciation on plant, that is 80,000, there is an increase and decreases in the previous balance, so 60,000. So here you're going to take net depreciation. This is because depreciation you're going to take, ये depreciation है. Depreciation is completely different. अब depreciation क्या करते हैं? You're going to add depreciation with the profit, isn't it? See here like this. ये जो last time हमें किए थे, see depreciation on any fixed assets, because plant and machinery is a fixed asset. It is not a current asset. Okay, so that's the reason depreciation on plant, it is 80,000 minus 60,000 is 20,000. So you're going to add this with the profit 60,000. Okay, next, what is the next step? Net decreases in the inventory. Now comes a lab asset. So now what is your stock given there? Inventory is nothing but stock. So obviously there is a increases in the this thing. So 1,20,000 plus 1,40,000. So difference is it is decreasing now. See here, current asset may decrease or 1,20,000 and 1,40,000 is increasing. So it is decreases in the current asset now. That is inventory may remaining 20,000 you're going to take it. Okay. Then next, net increases in the creditors. Net increases in the creditors. Yes, increase in creditors. What are your creditors? Trade creditors is 40 and 30. Yes, there is an increase in the creditors 40 and decreases in 30. So take down this 40 and 30, that is minus 10,000. तो ये पूरा ऐड करना है. Okay, because ये net increases in inventory and net decreases and increases में ये दोनों भी addition ही होती हैं. So that's the reason everything they have added first. ठीक है, then they have taken all the deductions. So yes, so they have taken 60 plus 20 plus 20 plus 10 is 1,10,000. Okay, then comes the next one, that is the next deductions लेकर ही next. What comes under deductions? That is net increases in the debtors. So debtors कितना है यहाँ पे? Debtors is how much? Trade debtors 1 lakh. There is an increase and 75,000. So 1 lakh minus 75,000 is 25,000. Only one item is there under the increases. Okay, so 1,10,000 minus 25 is 85,000. तो अब यहाँ पे क्या है? Now it is termed as net inflow from operating activities. So it is very simple here. You just have to understand. पहले क्या करें उन्होंने? Profitly everything they have added first. Depreciation भी हमें ऐड ही करती ना. Actually depreciation क्या है मालूम? नॉन ऑपरेटिंग एक्सपेंस है ये depreciation. तो कैसा भी इसे भी ऐड करना, एक ही आइटम है बोल के they have taken here in the addition. Which item? See here like this. ये जो हमें किए नहीं, नॉन कैश चार्जेस डेप्रिसिएशन, ओनली एक आइटम है बोल के इसके साथ इन्होंने यहाँ पे ऐड कर लिया है. ये जो डिक्रीजेस इन दी करंट एसेट है ना, इसी में दे हैव टेकन वन एक्स्ट्रा आइटम हियर. दैट्स व्हाई इट इज अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ कंफ्यूजन हियर. सो दे हैव डन इट इन द फॉर्म ऑफ थियोरेटिकल वे में कर दी इनको फर्स्ट फॉर्मेट. ओके, ऐसा भी कर सकते. ओके, सो टेक दिस. नाउ यू टेक द डिडक्शंस. आफ्टर डिडक्शंस क्या होता है? नेट इनफ्लो फ्रॉम ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटीज. दैट्स ऑल. दैट इज 85,000. अब यहाँ पे देखो, they have also given you other information. Purchases from plant and machinery, because usually in the 6 markers we did not get this. Purchases from plant and machinery, sale of land, ये सभी नहीं था. Issue of share capital, redemption debentures, dividend, ये सभी नहीं था. So now why are we going to consider this? Is because, see here, go back to this one, this format, because format is very very necessary here. See, ये second format नहीं, first format I told you. देखो यहाँ पे इंडेक्स. अभी आइटम्स पूछ कर ही हम ना, दैट्स द रीजन वी आर टेकिंग दिस. सी, कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटीज. एक्चुअली दीज आर नॉट ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटीज. आई थॉट दीज आर ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटीज एंड इनकम्स, बट एक्चुअली इट इज नॉट. ओके, ओनली डेप्रिसिएशन एक ही पूछ कर है ऑपरेटिंग एक्सपेंसेस में. दो वाला क्या किया, दैट इज एडेड विद द एसेट्स एंड लायबिलिटीज इटसेल्फ. नाउ सेपरेट क्या करिए उन्होंने, देखो उसके बाद ही आता है ये कब आता है? ये कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटीज, दैट इज परचेज ऑफ एनी फिक्स एसेट, प्रोसीड्स फ्रॉम सेल ऑफ फिक्स एसेट. ये कब आता है? ओनली आफ्टर टेकिंग द एडजस्टमेंट्स इन द करंट एसेट्स एंड करंट लायबिलिटीज. सो दैट्स व्हाई दे हैव कंसीडर्ड दैट फर्स्ट. सी नाउ, यहाँ पे भी करेक्ट किया है. डेप्रिसिएशन है नहीं यहाँ पे, डेप्रिसिएशन के साथ दे हैव कंसीडर्ड द करंट एसेट्स एंड करंट लायबिलिटीज. तो अभी हम ना ये क्वेश्चन में ये दो एडजस्टमेंट्स में, दो हेडिंग्स में दे हैव आस्क्ड अस द आइटम्स. सो वी आल्सो नीड टू कंसीडर दिस. ओके, so see here, cash flow from investing activities and cash flow from financing activities. So we should see what all things we have to take here. The whole interest है, dividends है, we have issue of shares, repayment, proceeds of term borrowings, and all those things. So definitely we have got this adjustment. So we have to take like this. So we are going to consider this here. See. Now, what comes under investing activities? Purchases from plant and machinery. What have you purchased? Because purchases तो नहीं देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे हम ना, but they have given to you the opening balances and the closing balances. So for this you have to prepare a ledger account to know the purchases of plant and machinery. Because यहाँ पे क्या है, previous questions में they had not given us land and building, plant, ये सभी नहीं mention था. When they give you now, you have to take the differences. Now you have to do everything in detail. That's why it is 14 marker question. Okay. Now what you did was 6 marker question. Only two formats you used to get. अब यहाँ पे क्या है, they have also included these 2 headings. अब ये 2 headings भी बहुत important है. अब ये 2 heading में क्या क्या लेना, purchase from plant and machinery. अब purchase from plant and machinery they have not given to you, but you can find out. How can you find out? Prepare a ledger account. 2,50,000 by opening balance. Okay, opening balance is 2,50,000. That is opening balance ये आता है 2 lakh आता है. Because previous year नहीं, opening balance is 2 lakh, by to balance brought down is 2 lakh, by balance carried down is 2,50,000. That is from 2014. So difference कितना है इसका? So 50,000. So 50,000 is getting higher. So the difference, where you will get this one difference, you will get you are getting more amount towards the debit credit column ना, क्योंकि opening debit column में 2 lakh रहता है, credit column में 2,50,000 रहता है. अब तो difference कहाँ पे लेते? You will take towards the difference in the debit column, isn't it? So that 50,000 is called as to purchases account. Balance figure is 50,000. So this 50,000 you're going to take it like this. 2 lakh minus 2,50,000. Obviously you're going to deduct this. Why? Because it is a investing activities. You have invested the money. Cash bahar ja raha. So that's the reason you're going to deduct it. Okay, and it has lowest value. See why it has got lowest value is because opening was itself 2 lakh. Purchase कितने पे किया? ज़्यादा पे किया है, 2,50,000. So 50,000 extra you're paying, isn't it? So that means 50,000 extra we are paying. So we should be very careful with the signs now. अब ये 2 activities में, investing and financing में, we should be very careful with the activities. And we should see where we should take the negative answers and where we should take the positive. Okay, and always refer the base year for these 2 activities में, you have to refer the base years. समझ में आया? You have to refer the base years. So base year यहाँ पे क्या है, 2 lakh है and 2,50,000 है. So it is increasing. So 50,000 will be deducted. But we should not take. We should take at the end. The balances should be taken at the end. So let's see what is the next thing. Next thing is sale of land. How do you know if there is a sale of land? Because land adjustment is given to you. See here, land is current year it is 80,000. Previous year it was 1 lakh. तो अब इसका ledger account बनाना. Land account. Okay, where you will be taking to balance brought down. Obviously previous year 1 lakh. Then to buy balance brought down is 80,000. So obviously क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? Deductions हो रहा. You're getting a 20,000 profit itself because opening was how much? 1 lakh. But you're again closing the balance of 80,000. So therefore you're getting a positive answer. 1 lakh minus 80,000. Because here you have to refer the base year's amount. You have to consider the base year differences. See, 1 lakh minus 80,000, you're getting a positive answer. So here you'll be taking 20,000. But when these activities में सारे items हो जाती, you have to see which is carrying the negative and which is carrying the positive. So one is a negative and one is a positive answer. So 50,000 minus 20,000 is 30,000. So now you will have the sign minus 30,000 आता. Okay, so now you will be writing it as 30,000. Okay, तो ये वाला हो गया. This activities में, investing activities में, you had only 2 items. So you have taken on the basis of base year, the differences. Now the next thing is third part, cash flow from financing activities. Financing means where you have spent the money or where you have received the money. Okay, so issue of share capital. अब issue of a share capital में क्या है देखो, where is the share capital? See, equity share capital है. So current year में कितना है? 2,40,000 है. Base year में 2 lakh है. तो इसमें क्या है? अब इसमें क्या है? One more thing you have to refer under this is here you have to refer the write down in the pencil there. Cash flow from investing activities should be referred with the base year, whereas cash flow from financing activities, it should be referred with the current year. See, these are the minute little things you should keep in mind. Only for these things, only for cash flow from investing activities and cash flow from financing activities. So investing activities, you're going to refer the base years, to take the differences. But whereas under cash flow financing activities, you're going to consider the current years. तो अभी current year में कितना है ये? Obviously you are getting a 2,40,000 and what is it? Closing में you had 2 lakh. So take the differences. 2,40,000 minus this thing. What is that? 2 lakh. Otherwise also you can prepare I think better you prepare the ledger accounts. Ledger account में पता चल जाता. Okay. So opening balance is how much? Opening balance लिए तो भी तो ना नहीं. Directly you have to take the difference because यहाँ पे under the financing activities you should take the base year only. This is the thing. Are you all understanding what I'm trying to tell you? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
But it's quite confusing, ma'am.
क्या भी नहीं, यहाँ पे पेंसिल में लिखो cash flow from investing activities in the bracket refer base year, that is a previous year. ठीक है, यहाँ पे you and also prepare ledger accounts for the assets. लिखो वहाँ पे cash flow from investing activities refer the base year and also prepare the ledger accounts. Then under cash flow from financing activities refer the current year differences. Okay, to issue of share capital में you had 2,40,000 and 2 lakh. So 2,40,000 minus 2 lakh you're getting a positive answer. See, they have taken 40,000 plus 40. Next you have redemptions. Where is the redemption here? कितना लेकर इनसे 1,50,000. अच्छा 1,50,000 कहाँ है? 1,50,000 redemptions का लेकर ही नहीं. Debentures, हाँ? Redemption on debentures. अच्छा. Redemption on debentures they have taken. But where is it? Cash balance, trade debtors, inventory, land, plant and machinery. Debentures is 80 and 60 they have taken, ना? नहीं, 90 and 1,50,000. यहाँ पे थोड़ा printing error है. Okay, so take it as 90,000. 1,50,000 minus 80,000. So they are getting a negative. Why? Because how much is 1,50,000 minus 90? 40,000 आता है नहीं? Why they have taken 60,000 here? One second, wait. 1,50,000 minus 80,000 is 70,000. 1,50,000 minus 90,000 is 60,000. तो यहाँ पे कितना लेकर है? सीधे आप टेकन 60. यहाँ पे थोड़ा प्रिंटिंग एरर है. Make this as 80 की जगह 9 बनाओ. Why? Because we have 90,000 here. We don't have 80,000 here. See here. Debentures जो है, debentures it is current years it is 90,000 and previous year it is 1,50,000. So it is decreasing ना. देखो यहाँ पे current year में 90,000 है, decrease हो रहा. तो previous year में it is increasing. So therefore here it will be negative. Minus 60,000 आता. ठीक है. Then next what do you have? Dividend. Now dividend paid. अब previous dividend कितना है? The cash dividend is paid. 25,000 have been paid during the year. During the year यानी कि current year. So previous year में तो नहीं है कोई भी हमना. Previous year में क्या था? Retained earnings था. That is 1,60,000 and 1,25,000. So obviously it is decreasing here because current year का 1,60,000 है and 1,25,000. So anyway, we are not going to take here. We are only going to take the cash dividends, and cash dividends it will be deducted. Dividend paid in the form of cash. So take it as minus 25,000. Income tax, dividend paid, ये दोनों भी deduction ही होते हैं. ठीक है? So this is taken under the deductions. So dividend paid is minus 25,000. तो अब यहाँ पे already you had a balance of minus 30,000. But this was minus 30,000 किससे मिला? You got it from cash flow investing activities में. But तुम्हारा अभी भी profit existing है. Existing profit कितना है? 85,000 है तुम्हारा existing profit. 85,000 भी है. अब तुमने separate ना है. So whatever the step by step you do, you have to take the amounts also separately here. Okay, अब amount कितना है? Cash flow from investing activities minus 30,000 है. Now you see cash flow. Second. cash flow from financing activities में first you had 40,000, then you had 60 and 25,000. Okay, so 60 and 25,000 is 85,000 minus, because यहाँ पे अब ये तो पॉजिटिव हो जाता ना, 60 plus 25 is 85,000 minus 40,000. ठीक है, if you minus that 40,000 you will get 45,000, isn't it? See, 60,000 plus 25,000 is 85,000. अब previous का 40,000 है, obviously you have to deduct it. Why? Because इसका main क्या है reason? Am I right? 45,000 आया, yes correct, 45. Why? Because इसका main sign आके minus है, so ये माइनस इंटू माइनस इज प्लस है, ये दोनों को कैसे भी ऐड कर रही है हमें, बट इसका मेन साइन आपको हाईएस्ट में क्या कैरी कर रहा है, माइनस ही साइन लेना, तो ये जो माइनस साइन है प्रीवियस अमाउंट का भी माइनस ही होता है, एडिशन नहीं होता, ठीक है. सो 40,000, 85,000 माइनस 40,000 इज 45,000. So this will also carry a negative answer because these are all having distinct signs here, negative signs here. So we also need to take minus 45,000. ठीक है. अब क्या करना तुमने, अब दोनों का भी मिल गया ना तुमने अमाउंट, कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटीज भी मिल गया, -30 मिला, उसके बाद और क्या मिला, फिर कैश फ्लो फ्रॉम फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटीज 45 मिला. ओके, सो नाउ व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट थिंग यू आर सपोज्ड टू डू, सी हियर. अब क्या करना तुम्हें, पूरा बैलेंसेस लेना. अब तो एंड हो गया, नो अदर आइटम्स वी हैव टू कंसीडर द कैश नाउ. सो सी व्हाट आर यू गोइंग टू गेट इट इन द कैश. नाउ व्हाट इज इट, यू हैव गॉट 85,000. नाउ 85,000 इज अ पॉजिटिव आंसर. From this 85, they are deducting minus 30,000 minus 45. See, they have given here 85 minus 30 minus 45 is remaining balance is 10,000. ठीक है. अब ये 10,000, see here. अब क्या हो रहा है, now you have to tally this particular problem. Okay, अब तुम्हारा कैश बैलेंसेस कितना है यहाँ पे, कैश बैलेंसेस करंट ईयर का 60,000 है, प्रीवियस का कितना है 50,000 है. अब तुम्हारा बैलेंस कितना मिला, सो 10,000 मिला. अब टू मेक इट इक्वल टू द करंट ईयर्स, अभी 60,000 को इक्वल बनाने हमेशा तुम्हारा करंट ईयर से टैली होना, तुम्हारा जो भी तुम्हें करती सोल्यूशन करंट ईयर के कैश से टैली होना. अब तुम्हें ऑलरेडी 10,000 मिल गया तुम्हारा बैलेंस फ्रॉम योर प्रॉफिट, फ्रॉम योर एसेट्स एंड लायबिलिटीज, देन फ्रॉम डिडक्टिंग फ्रॉम फाइनेंसिंग एक्टिविटीज एंड ऑपरेटिंग एक्टिविटीज, इन्वेस्टिंग एक्टिविटीज, एवरीथिंग. The remaining outstanding cash balance it is left out is 10,000. Now you have to make it equal to 60,000. So what are you going to do? You're going to add the 50,000. ये 50,000 में यही पे रहता. Yesterday I told you if the previous balance of cash also will be here only. तो ये 50,000 होता है. अब तुम्हें 50,000 यहाँ पे ऐड किए तो see here 10,000 is the remaining balance. Now 50,000 is the cash balance in the beginning. Cash balance in the beginning में आने के previous balance कितना था तुम्हारा 50,000. ये 50,000 you can directly take here. After taking, when you add this both, the beginning and the previous balance cash, therefore your outstanding of the cash at the end is 60,000. Therefore, your opening balance of cash was 50,000. At the end 2014, your cash balance also was 60,000. So therefore, your sum is tallying here. That's all. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. ये
Yes, ma'am.
समझ में आया. ये थोड़ा जरा तुम्हें थोड़ा you just give a little more concentration on this. Okay, kindly refer this. This is also very, very important topic. Cash flow from investing activities and cash flow from financing activities. ये थोड़ा you have to refer this and always take the negative signs because negative signs से ही मालूम चलता है कि whether we have to deduct or whether we have to add. So once again I repeat, okay, under the cash flow investing activities में always consider the base year amount and prepare the utmost ledger accounts to get the balances. Whereas under the cash flow from financing activities में consider the current year's information and find out the differences because this has different items here. Share capital यानी कि they will consider the end year का consider करती हो, that is the closing balance का consider करती हो हमेशा profits, क्योंकि तो profits at the end of the year इतना मिलता है, ये dividend, redemption, debentures, share capital, all those things. But whereas this one ना, ये purchase of plant, everything from the closing balance से लेके new year close back, that is the opening balance से लेके end of the balance से लेती, तो opening balance will be considered under the investing activities. Okay, clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
I want you to practice this. 5.4 is a very important question. Kindly practice this because these kind of adjustments will come. Now what we are doing the next also is a similar one. See here, similar one आता है पूरे ऐसा जाता है 14 marks को ये extra आ जा रही हैं ये दो points जो ही extra आ जा रही हैं तुम बाकी का सब पूरा easy है. Okay. So can I do this one